Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Mike Tyson's Punch-Out High Score tutorial. In this video, I'll be talking about the sixth fight in the game, Great Tiger. This fight is very structured, similar to Don 1. However, because Great Tiger actually fights back in conjunction with random refills, you'll have to take less obvious actions to get the most out of this fight. This is a very important fight to get right as mistakes can snowball. Okay, let's look at the facts. You can get a star on every punch. The smallest amount of damage you can deal and also get a star is from intercepting a right-handed uppercut with a left gut punch for 2 damage. Also, it is worth noting that intercepting a left-handed uppercut with a right gut punch deals 3 damage. Damage dealt by a star punch takes on 3 values. 27 damage is dealt while Tiger is stunned, directly after a jab or an uppercut, and landing into his gem flash. 22 damage is dealt while he is standing there. 19 damage is dealt when intercepting a jab, late after a jab, and when his guard is moving from up to down, but also late after an uppercut. This final move is frame perfect when used on an uppercut other than the final in a group of 10, and it's a few frames when used on the last of the 10 uppercuts. Great Tiger's health recovery is soft capped at 32 hit points. Tiger has 4 different punches. His jab deals 10 damage to Mac and can only be intercepted with a face punch into the gem flash beforehand. His left and right uppercuts are very similar. They both deal 15 damage to Mac, but the right-handed uppercut can only be intercepted with a left gut punch, and the left-handed uppercut can only be intercepted with a right gut punch. And finally, there is his magic Tiger punches. They deal 13 damage to Mac and cannot be dodged, ducked, or intercepted. They must be blocked. Tiger will dodge the 9th star punch and after a reset will dodge the 3rd. When Little Mac turns pink, Tiger will perform continuous right uppercuts. Recovery from pink will take a minimum of 2 dodges. When Little Mac recovers from pink, he will have 11 hearts in round 1 and 33 hearts in round 2 and 3. Mac can get up from 2 knockdowns during this fight. On the first knockdown, if the count was 7, 8, or 9, then he will get up with 80 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 64 health. On the second knockdown, if the count was 7, 8, or 9, he will get up with 72 health. Otherwise, he will get up with 56 health. Mac will always get up with 1 heart. One strange thing about this fight is that if you do not land 2 punches from which Mac has the potential to recover from, he will not be able to get up a second time. This is a very obscure piece of information and is just something I wanted to add to this tutorial. Great Tiger will perform his Tiger punches 7 times throughout the fight. In round 1, he will do them at 2:30. In round 2, he will do them right when the round begins, as well as at 1:30 and 2:30. In round 3, he will do them right when the round begins, as well as 1:20 and 2:20. Great Tiger has 3 different pattern changes throughout the fight. From the beginning of the fight until 1 minute, he will be doing jabs at a very slow pace. During this time, you can manually force him to do jabs by doing a face punch, which he will block and then retaliate. From 1 minute until the end of the round, he will be performing alternating right-handed, then left-handed uppercuts in groups of 10. Round 2 begins with him back in jab mode, and once again you can provoke him to retaliate. This lasts until 1:20. From 1:20 until the end of the fight, he will again be performing alternating uppercuts, right-handed, then left-handed. I'll mention this now. When he is doing a right-handed uppercut, it is on the left side of the screen from our perspective. From this point on, I will refer to this as a left uppercut and the opposite side of the screen as a right uppercut, disregarding the actual hand he is using. On Tiger's first knockdown, he will get up on a 1 count if you have full HP and the clock is less than 1 minute. Otherwise, he will get up with a 25% chance for 80 health and a 75% chance for 88 health. On Tiger's second knockdown, he will get up on a 1 count if you have full HP and the clock is less than 1 minute. Otherwise, he will get up with a 25% chance for 72 health and a 75% chance for 80 health. On Tiger's third knockdown, he will get up with a 50% chance for 72 health and a 50% chance for 80 health. On Tiger's fourth knockdown, he will get up with a 37.5% chance for 56 health and a 62.5% chance for 64 health. On Tiger's fifth knockdown, he will get up with a 25% chance for 40 health and a 75% chance for 48 health. On Tiger's sixth knockdown, he will get up with a 25% chance for 8 health and a 75% chance for 16 health. Tiger's select refills do vary between rounds 2 and 3. In round 2, he has a 25% chance for a 24 or 40 refill each, and a 12.5% chance for a 32, 48, 56, or 63 refill each. In round 3, he has a 12.5% chance for a 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, or 63 refill. The strategy I will show will only ever use select in round 2, and sometimes you won't ever press select, depending on earlier luck. Okay, time to start the fight. Firstly, I would like to mention that during the Tiger Punch routine, the clock is always ticking, which is a huge waste of time. So our aim is to skip them all aside from the opening ones in round 2 and 3, which can't be skipped. Secondly, I'm going to add that I have no backup strategies for mistakes made during this fight. Everything is carefully planned out so we can skip the Tiger Punches, and I would consider any run that makes it past Don 1 a real opportunity at the top level. This is no time for complacency. It's tough to get out of those first 4 fights. There are definitely backup strategies that can be used, however, I can't comment on them since I expect this fight to be executed perfectly every time. We open with a forced jab and a delayed counter with a left gut punch. Then we force another jab and quick dodge and star punch for 19 damage. We repeat this for a total of 3 times. Get one more star, then just buffer star punch. This will bring Tiger down to 1 health. Force another jab and get hit to let him recover back to 5 health. I want to pause here and show you the opponent's health bar. I want you to notice that the health bar isn't always a perfect representation of the opponent's health. In many scenarios, the visual representation of the health bar won't move to the same position it would when the health is increasing versus decreasing. In this scenario on Tiger, if the health bar is decreased to 5, the health bar would show more health than it does here. Back to the fight. After getting hit, we get one more star and send him to the canvas. You should have 0 stars, 4,050 points, and the clock should be at 1 minute. From Phase 2 onwards, there are random refills. I will explain the big refill first, followed by the small refill, as well as when I personally check which refill he got for each phase. We open with a convenient buffer of slow left dodge into quick left dodge. Double slow dodge also works and is useful for wasting some time, which we may need to do in other parts of the fight. Anyway, we then intercept all 10 uppercuts with alternating left-right gut punches. After those 10 punches, buffer a star punch. Now I read the refill. I see it's above the 3rd notch and know it's the big refill. After the star punch, we can use a left quick dodge as another buffer to set up another 10 intercepts. Finally, we intercept 6 more uppercuts, then get hit by 3, blocking them, and intercept the final one in that group of 10. Intercept 1 more, then dodge, counter, and star punch. Now for the small refill. It opens the exact same way until we read the refill. We see that it is below the third notch. After the health read, we intercept 10 uppercuts, then on the next group of 10, we get hit by the first 4, making sure to block, and intercept the last 6. Finally, we wait until the next uppercut, dodge, counter, and star punch. Phase 3 opens with a star punch, and then we check the refill. If his health is above the 4th notch, that's the big refill. We then intercept all 10 uppercuts, and that will be the end of the round. For the small refill, after that opening star punch, we will notice that Tiger's health is below the 4th notch, and then intercept the first 8 uppercuts, cancel the 9th with a wrong side gut punch, then intercept the 10th. This is specifically done to get his health down to exactly 27 hit points. In my notes, I've labeled this move as gut 7 times, then right, right, right. Round 2 is the only spot we might use select. I say might because if we got both big refills in round 1, then we don't press select. If we got any small refills, then we do. The opening for round 3 is the only spot in the fight that has 3 variations, and they are based on the random events that have happened so far in the fight. Firstly, we have Phase 3 big refill. Secondly, we have low Phase 3 refill. And thirdly, we have low Phase 3 refill with Mac at 82 hit points. This third case is quite rare, and it can only happen when Tiger gets both low refills in round 1, and you also get the lowest select refill. Max health will be halfway in between the 5th and 6th notches. So, the first case of big refill opens with blocking the Tiger punches 5 times and cancelling the instant knockdown cue with a gut punch. Then we force a jab, get a star, force another jab, and star punch, like at the start of the fight. Then we force 5 jabs and get hit by them all. Once again, we force a jab to get a star and force a jab to use the star. Finally, we force one more jab to get hit. A somewhat convenient buffer after this is 3 right dodges. However, if you manage to get all your stars very early, you may need to delay an extra amount ever so slightly. Intercept 2 uppercuts, then dodge, counter, and star punch. You should aim to have the knockdown be a mid to high 133 or low 134. The second case of low refill but more than 82 health opens with getting hit with 2 Tiger punches, then blocking the next 5 and cancelling the instant knockdown cue with a gut punch. Much like the case before, we force a jab to get a star and force a jab to use a star, then get hit 5 times, and then get another star and use it again. Instead of 3 right dodges, we can go into the slow left, quick left, same as the previous round. It's quite tight timing. If you're concerned about getting blocked, then you can interchange these with slow right, quick right to waste an extra 3 frames. Just as the previous example, intercept 2 uppercuts and then dodge, counter, and star punch, and the knockdown time should once again be a high 133 or low 134. The final case of low refill with Mac at 82 health opens with getting hit twice, then blocking 5 times, and cancelling the insta-knockdown just as before. We also get a star and use it just as before. Next, we only force 4 jabs to get hit instead of 5 since we don't have enough health. Then we force a jab to get a star and use a star. Then we force 1 more jab to get hit. Lastly, we do 4 slow right dodges and intercept only 1 uppercut, then we dodge, counter, and star punch for the knockdown. Naturally, this will cause us to end up with a knockdown time of around 131, which ends up being quite dangerous if we get the low refill in the next phase, which is a 50-50. To combat this, we will do a slow dodge and delay the stun and the star punch to waste some time. Try to aim for some sort of 133 knockdown. Remember, if you play too slow, after the uppercut he will back up for the tiger punches, so be wary. We can't open phase 4 with a star punch since he will dodge it. I haven't been counting the star punches, but I know if we get to 3 stars now, it will cause a dodgeability reset. For the big refill, we intercept 10 uppercuts, then star punch, and then we intercept 8 uppercuts and dodge, counter, and star punch for the knockdown. I read the refill right after the star punch in the middle of the phase. It will appear closer to the 3rd notch for big refill. We don't want this knockdown coming any later than a very low 233. Playing too fast in this phase is also a problem, but that's mainly a concern for the low refill, which I'll get into now. The low refill plays the exact same way, except at the very end of the phase, instead of intercepting 8 uppercuts then knocking him down, we can only intercept 7. This causes us to play too fast, although it can be mitigated by not buffering some of our gut punches to waste a few frames here and there, and can also be slightly mitigated by playing slow in the opening of the next phase. We don't want the knockdown to be earlier than a 231, so overall our knockdown time should be a 231 up to a very low 233. Phase 5 opens the same way regardless of Tiger's refill, and the strategy will only deviate in round 3. If the clock reads 232 or 233, we can do a slow left dodge, then quick left dodge. We will intercept 9 punches, then use a star punch just as the round ends. Mac will begin charging the uppercut, but Tiger won't have time to hit Mac. This will still count as a star punch being used, and is only done to make sure we get a dodgeability reset at a specific time later on. If the clock reads 2:31, we want to open with 2 slow left dodges instead. This will waste just enough time so we don't get hit by that final uppercut. Finally, we do a refill read at the very end of the round. If Tiger's HP is just above the 3rd notch, that's the big refill. Round 3 opens with us taking a knockdown immediately. This should always take 2 Tiger punches. You can get up on any count you want here, as we will always get up with 1 heart, and we will always have a big enough refill. Concerning Tiger's refill, we handle the big refill with 10 uppercut intercepts, then 6 more intercepts. Block 1 uppercut, which will make Mac pink, then dodge 2 uppercuts to get unpink, then counter and star punch. The knockdown should occur at 123. For the low refill, it's handled the exact same way, except instead of 6 intercepts, we only do 3. Then we get hit twice, then dodge twice to become unpink, counter twice and star punch for the knockdown. Phase 6 refill is read immediately. If it reaches the exact halfway point, it was the big refill. Intercept 10 uppercuts, then 7, and dodge, counter, and star punch. The timer should be 2:23. If you got the low refill, we intercept 10 uppercuts and then 4 more. We block the 5th uppercut, then we can dodge, counter twice, and star punch. We will also have to play a little slow, so try and waste some extra frames between the gut punches. For the final phase, we once again read the refill immediately. You should easily be able to determine the difference between 8 and 16 health by now. For the big refill, we intercept 5 uppercuts, then use a star punch, which will cause us to get hit by Tiger's 6th uppercut. Intercept the next 3 uppercuts, then cancel the final uppercut and buff a star punch. If you got the low refill, get hit by the first 2 uppercuts, intercept the next 4, then dodge, counter, and star punch for the TKO. All in all, the Tiger fight is basically just a really long buffer strategy, with some minor adjustments for the refills. It is very important your execution is robust, as even a minor error can cost you a lot of points or send the fight spiraling out of your control. In the next fight, we will be tackling the Major Circuit champion, and one of the toughest fights for high score. Bold Bull won. Thanks for watching.